Hey everybody, this is Matt from Cincy Jungle. Well, the last of the 2020 Bengals draftees to talk about is Khalid Kareem. This is a guy who I think a lot of people in the fan base were surprised by the pick, not necessarily somebody that was on a lot of people's radar. And that includes myself. Not somebody I expected, but watching the tape and checking him out after the pick was made, there's a lot of positives there. All right. The guy does a lot of really good things. And, he's a guy who has a little bit of position versatility. They play him mainly on the outside at Notre Dame, but they could bump him in as well. And that's going to be useful for the Bengals as they get into the 3-4 looks that they like to run. However, we haven't really seen him off the ball. And that's actually what the Bengals were more commonly doing with their ends in the 3-4 looks, was moving them to more of an outside linebacker type of role. So it'll be interesting to see how the Bengals choose to use him if they do indeed look for him to do those sorts of things in the 3-4 defense. So let's take a look at what Kareem can do. All right, we're going to start with this game here against Georgia, right? Watch Kareem. He is on the bottom of the screen right here, and they're going to try and run the ball in his direction. Now, he absolutely destroys that right tackle, right? Pushes him deep into that backfield, right? Forcing the cutback. This is an awesome job by Kareem. Really disrupts the play, forces the cutback. There's no way that is going to be an off-tackle C-gap play. Now, what's most impressive is who he's going against. That is first-round pick Isaiah Wilson, right? Ended up going to the Tennessee Titans. That's a guy a lot of Bengals fans were talking about as a potential guy at 33, right? They thought that there was a chance he could slip. Big, huge guy, right? Real strong guy. Definitely a lot of potential. But guess what? Our guy wins this one. All right, it's a great job matching up against the guy who was a first-round NFL draft pick this season. Now, we'll go to the Louisville game. We're going to see a similar play, but this time, once again, he's on the bottom. This time, he's actually able to come off and make the tackle. Bench presses that, offensive tackle back, boom. Now comes off, makes the tackle as that back cuts to the inside. All right, another awesome job there by Kareem. Now we're going to take a look at how he can bend and play when the ball is going the other direction. Now, this isn't like truly a bend, right? He's really getting into that B gap from the start, right? He's stunning into that B gap. So this isn't a situation where he's coming behind the tackle because the tackle's blocking down. It's just his own read. But he bends down the line, defeats the block, right, and gets in there and makes a tackle for a loss. That's an awesome job. And that is, that shows the skills that are going to come in handy when you're playing teams that are running a lot of zone read, which is, the Baltimore Ravens. We're going to see a lot of that out of the Baltimore Ravens. Good to have those guys that can bend down the line of scrimmage and make plays on those outside zone plays away. Now, sometimes that's your job as a tackle, right? And there's a big thing about playing option, all right, playing against the option, zone read, looks, things along those lines. You got to do your job, all right? And that's not always going to be to bend down the line of scrimmage. Here, he's at the top of the screen. Now watch. What does he do? He's staying square to the line of scrimmage, all right, keeps his hips square, and he's chopping his feet as that run's going away. He is not responsible for bending, all right? He is not a bend chase player. He is a boot reverse player. And guess what he gets here? He gets the reverse. Does a great job. Discipline. Gets in front of that tight end who's swiping across trying to block him and gets in there and makes the tackle. Again, this stuff's important too, right? Reverses can go for long plays. And like I said, it's a boot or reverse player here. If this was the boot, he'd be there to force that to keep the guy in the pocket. And again, something that's going to be even more important than the reverse. Reverse can be a big play, but boot can be a big part of a team's offense. And you see quite a bit of it, again, out of the Baltimore Ravens. among other teams. All right, we'll take another look here against Louisville. Now, here, as we go back real quick to the end zone shot here, all right, that's him. He's really in a 3 technique here. So he is bumped down here, and you see him win with quickness, right? He wins with quickness on this, blows right by the offensive line, just can't quite make the tackle. But we see how his quickness helps to the inside. Now, that's something we see from a pass rush standpoint from Sam Hubbard. But they put him inside, having a guy who's a little bit quicker in pass rush situations. So that's a possibility, something we could see out of Kareem as well. Now, another example here. He's not truly inside. He's really outside the tackle on this one. All right. All right. Ignore the circled guy. That's not him. He's the guy outside, and that's the guy that's actually going to make the play. Okay. So A gap, B gap, C gap, D gap. He's technically in the D gap. He's outside, but they've added an extra guy here. It's an unbalanced look. All right. He's going to come through. He's going to shoot through, gets in there, and makes that tackle for the loss on the goal line. Awesome play. Great play there. Big time play in the goal line to make that tackle. Awesome job. Now, I talked about pass rush really quickly before, and here we're going to see it. Okay, we'll see it up top. Here he is as an edge rusher. Nice little burst coming by. Uses his hands pretty well, right? Chops down that hand and gets to the quarterback, takes him down. Right now, I don't think he's not going to be Carl Lawson. He's not going to be a 10 sack type of guy, but he's a guy that can definitely contribute as a pass rusher. Now, I talked before about putting him inside and how, Sam Hubbard's a guy that is a defensive end, but obviously they walk him off. They play him basically like a linebacker in the 3-4, and they also bump him down in pass rush situations. Well, here, Kareem is bumped down, and they're going to use him. Now, this time it's not just going to be about his quickness. He is going to stunt. Step forward, coming around the edge. Now, he's the late guy. He's not even supposed to be making the sack on this, really, right? It's all about bringing these guys inside, and then he's just coming around to contain. But guess what? He's the guy making the sack. All right, so we see some quickness there. We definitely see some good things out of him here. And really, he's just a good, solid, all-around player, right? Does really well against the run, really strong against the run in those situations on the edge in particular, can take on big, strong offensive tackles and hold that edge, force the ball back inside. So he's definitely going to help out in that way. And we also see some pass rush ability. So this was a good, solid pick. All right. Now, you see some great things out of him. Really smart player. He's a coach's son. His dad, I believe, is a high school coach in Detroit. I believe coached the defensive line as well. And also a team captain, right? Really fits that model of what the Bengals are looking for. Smart team guy, hardworking guy, can do a lot of different things, fit into a lot of different areas. So really an awesome fit for this defense, and a guy that can definitely play a good role for the Bengals in 2020 and beyond.